Cozy meals can take a whole day to cook because you slow cook the meals to perfection. So in this recipe, I'm going to be showing you a very easy and simple tripe recipe, which is going to turn out so delicious. It's going to be tender and flavorful. And we're going to be making some sauteed cabbage and vermicelli rice for our side dish. And as you can see, my plate is looking so lovely. I have 1.5 kg of tripe from 𝗜𝗴𝗿𝗍𝗍 that is goat that I've washed several times to get rid of any nasty things on the tripe, because as you know, tripe is from goat's stomach or cow's stomach, so it's never clean, so you have to thoroughly clean it. Also, I've washed 1.5 cups of rice for the recipe, and I'll be soaking for around 15 to 20 minutes as I cook my matumbo or tripe. Also, I'm going to be cooking a very easy sauteed cabbage recipe. So I have some leftover cabbage, some capsicum, and a few other ingredients which you're going to find listed in the description box in the right quantity. So I'm going to start off by boiling my tripe for around 20 minutes or until it's tender. So I'm going to transfer my tripe into my huge pot. Then I'm going to cover without adding any water, because as we wash the tripe, it's going to absorb in water. So when it's cooking, it's going to drain off the water. So there's no reason to add in any more water. So once it comes to a boil, I'm going to be adding in some salt so that we can season the tripe. I'm also going to place my rice and vermicelli aside, because later on we're going to be making some vermicelli rice for the recipe. Using a sharp knife, I'm going to shred my cabbage. If you always go to the market and prefer buying some sukuma wiki, that is collard greens, or even the kienyeji vegetables, and you never pick cabbage, you're missing out a lot, because cabbage is a great source of vitamin C and K. And it's high in antioxidant, perfect whenever you need. And it's rich in antioxidants known as anthocyanins, and there are different varieties of cabbage which you can enjoy at the comfort of your home. For example, some red cabbage, which is perfect for fermentation. We have Napa cabbage, white cabbage, and so many other varieties which have different flavors and textures. And also, it's a great source of fiber. I'm going to check on my pot, which has come to a boil. Add in some salt. Around half a teaspoon, because I'll still be seasoning the tripe when ready. Then I'm going to stir in and let everything boil. And let the tripe boil until tender. Then I'm going to finish up chopping my cabbage. I mentioned that red cabbage is perfect for fermentation. I have a video on how to ferment cabbage. You can check the link in the description box. And also you can ferment some white cabbage. Let me show you. There you go. I have been fermenting this for around a day, and in around 2 more days, it's going to be ready to eat, and it's perfect for gut health because it's full of so many nutrients. So I'm going to place aside and finish off chopping up my cabbage. I always get excited when it comes to simple recipes that need very minimal effort. So you have to check the link in the description box. Once done chopping up my cabbage, I'm going to prep up an onion, which I'm going to roughly dice. Once done, I'm going to pick a pan, place over medium flame, add in a tablespoon of cooking oil, Then I'm going to transfer in my onions. Saute the onions until they get a golden brown color. Then next, I'm going to shred my carrots using this multi-purpose grater. Once you have a small piece just like this, you're going to place aside so that you don't cut yourself using the grater. I enjoy using this multi-purpose grater because we have different functions like grating, cutting crinkled fries, grating garlic and ginger, and also slicing potatoes thinly. Maybe you're making some crisp together with peeling carrots. So yeah, it's quite a handy grater. So once done, I'm going to check on my onions, which are sauteing, and everything is looking lovely. When the onions are browning, I'm going to add in a seasoning cube, which is going to add in so much flavor to the sauteed cabbage. And also I'm going to add in a touch of salt. And also I'm going to add in a touch of salt, which is going to fully season the cabbage. When the color is perfect, just like this, I'm going to add in my cabbage. Stir in the cabbage as it's cooking. As you're buying your cabbage, make sure it's fresh so that you can get some lovely green color in your cabbage from the outer leaves of the veg. The seasoning cube is going to add in a nice touch of flavor. It's quite optional. You can simply add in salt. And because we are using high flame, the cabbage is going to cook very fast without releasing water. So in a matter of minutes, the cabbage will wilt down, soften up, and absorb in the seasoning. The onions are brown, so they are going to add in a touch of brownish color to the cabbage. And when the cabbage is tender, I'm going to add in some carrots, stir in, and cook the carrots together with the cabbage for 1 more minute. And when ready, this is how the cabbage should look like. Just look at that. It's tender, perfectly cooked but not overcooked. So I'm going to put out the flames. Put out the flames and make sure it's perfectly seasoned. Then I'm going to place on my countertop. Then I'm going to show you how to cook vermicelli rice. So I'm going to grab a pot. And whenever you're cooking rice, always make sure to use a heavy bottomed pot so that the rice can turn out perfect. If you use a light pot, it's going to stick in the bottom and also it's not going to cook evenly. So now I'm going to drain water from my rice, and over high flame, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. When the pot is ready, I'm going to add in half a cup of vermicelli. Stir in the spaghetti into the hot cooking oil, and as it's cooking, it's going to fry and get a nice brown color, which is going to add in that signature look to vermicelli rice. I have a couple of whole spices like fennel seeds, fennel seeds, cumin seeds, and black peppercorns, which I'm going to be using in this recipe. When buying spices, you have to get some whole spices because they're super versatile. You can add into chai, that is tea, or even use in cooking together with baking. Whenever you're using a non-stick pot to cook, always use a wooden spatula so that you don't scratch the non-stick on the pan. As you can see, the vermicelli is getting a nice golden brown color. So I'm going to add in my spices at this point, tossed together with the vermicelli. And when the color is perfect, I'm going to add in my rice. You're going to stir in your rice and sauce for around a minute, and the rice is going to absorb in the smoky flavor from toasting the from toasting the vermicelli together with the spices. And I always measure out water when it comes to cooking rice because I want the perfect outcome. Don't stir the rice too much because we have been soaking for around 15 to 20 minutes, so it's quite delicate. So when it's perfectly toasted just like this, I'm going to add in 3 cups of water. Stir, and when it comes to cooking rice, 1 cup equals to 2 cups of water. That is the ratio that I usually use in every single recipe, and the outcome is always perfect. So if you don't measure out your water and rice when cooking, each time you'll get a different outcome, because sometimes you'll add in some more water, or other days you'll add in some, little less water, that is. So I'm going to wait for the water to come to a boil, which is going to take around 2 minutes. Then I'm going to cook my rice for around 4 to 6 minutes at most, or until the water has evaporated. Then I'm going to reduce the flames to reduce the flames to low. Then I'm going to simmer the rice for 5 minutes. I'm going to check on my matumbo, which has been cooking for around 25 minutes. So I'm going to check if it's tender. So it's almost tender, and it's going to take around 10 more minutes for the matumbo to get ready. So I'm going to prep up an onion. Then I'm going to finely dice. Place the onions aside. Then I'm going to finely mince some garlic and ginger. This is how my tripe looks like. And as you can see, the water has evaporated. It's tender. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of cooking oil, which is going to help me sear the tripe. And once it's perfectly toasted, I'm going to add in an onion and lots of garlic and ginger. Reduce the flames to medium-low. Stir in my onions. Then I'm going to cover and let the onions cook together with the matumbo for around a minute. So the water has evaporated. So now I'm going to cover my pot, reduce the flames to low, and simmer the rice for 5 minutes. I've already chopped up some coriander leaves and coriander stems, which I'm going to be adding in a few seconds. The onions have softened up, and the fresh aromatics, that is garlic and ginger, are very flavorful right now. So now I'm going to add in my coriander stems, toss together with the tripe. Add in 2 beef seasoning cubes, which are going to add in so much flavor to the tripe. Throw in a beef stock cube. Add in 1.5 teaspoons of paprika and garlic together with 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. Toss the spices. Then I'm going to add in a splash of water, which is going to help everything simmer. Just look at that color from the paprika. That is around 1/2 cup of water. And the fond on the bottom of the pan is going to get straight off once I add in the water. So So you usually throw away coriander stems when cooking. You're missing out a lot of flavor because the stems are very flavorful. I've added in 2 beef seasoning cube and a beef stock cube, which is going to add in more flavor to the tripe, and also it's going to make the tripe very flavorful. So I'll check the seasoning after around a minute. Once the water comes to a boil, then I'm going to adjust the seasoning to perfection. The rice is still cooking. It's been around 4 minutes, so yeah, we're almost there. And it has been a lot of multitasking because I've been cooking my sauteed cabbage, prepping up my veggies, cooking rice, the tripe. So it's a win-win. This is how my tripe is looking after around 5 minutes. As you can see, the sauce has reduced. Everything is looking so perfect, and we have a very nice color. I'm going to check the seasoning. Yum, it's perfect. So next I'm going to add in some yellow and red capsicum to add in some color to my tripe. And a little sauce is going to be quite okay for eating with your rice. Cover and cook my stew for around a minute or until the capsicum is tender but not overcooked. Then I'm going to add the final touch, which is coriander. Stir, put out the flames, and serve. This is how my vermicelli rice has turned out, and it's perfectly cooked and it's looking gorgeous. So now I'm going to serve. What a lovely way to end my day, because this is the kind of dinner that you inhale in a matter of 20 minutes. So the rice has turned out perfect, perfectly sauteed cabbage, and the tripe is tender, flavorful, cooked with the minimalist of spices. That is around 3 spices together with seasoning cubes. Hope you give this recipe a try.